Alright, so I want to bring back an old segment I used to do, an old video I used to do called RANTAMANIA. Now during this I used to, I would pick like 3, 4, 5 topics, and then just during that video I would just rant on those few topics that I picked. And during this video I want to rant on 2 separate Bleacher Report articles here. The first one is, I just copied and pasted them to Microsoft Word and printed them off because my printer kept fucking up, but that's a different issue. First one here is WWE right to keep Undertaker off TV prior to WWE WrestleMania 31. See, this is the problem with these people. They're like, oh, they want to keep the special, they want to keep the return or whatever, they want to keep the Undertakers or the Sting appearances special. Well, people, if they're only there for fucking 5 weeks out of the year, then they're still fucking special. I mean, I don't get where that comes from. So we're gonna see him for, what? You want to make everybody only appear once a year so then they'll be special? Even if they're only there fucking half the year or a quarter of the year or even less than that, they're still fucking special, especially if they're good. Like, let's say they had Sting on every week since Fastlane. He would still be, special because he's only being on during this time of year. Alright? See, this is what pisses me off about people. They're already part-timers, but even when they're here doing a feud, they're still part-timers. Alright? Yeah, part-timers, you can't say, a Lesnar special because he only shows up during the main times of the year. But when he's here doing a feud, he should be there every fucking week, especially if he's in a main feud. So, I'm just going to read this whole thing. It's not that long. But here you go. When you entrust one party to pull off the majority of the promos for a WrestleMania match, the pressure is immediately heated on that person. Wyatt has shown himself to be a talented enough worker on the mic in the last couple of years, but being given this responsibility really is a jump up in expectations. For any pay-per-view, it would be tough, but for a WrestleMania match against The Undertaker, that is pressure. The WWE made the decision to keep Taker off TV right up until Mania, or at least up until a couple weeks before, barring any late swerves. And that's a decision that will certainly pay off in the long run, because it will have a positive impact on both men involved in the match, as well as the dynamics of WrestleMania itself. First of all, let's look at why it's a good decision for Taker himself. Let's face it, he hasn't been seen on TV for almost a year since he was beaten by Lesnar. There's lots of mystery surrounding what he looks like, what sort of shape he's going to be in, and much more. The intrigue and hype will only continue to grow as we get closer to Mania 31, with the eerie vignettes doing a wonderful job of building suspense. Yeah, about the fucking vignettes or whatever. You cannot build a main WrestleMania match by vignettes. That's bullshit. You cannot fucking hype up a fucking Mania match and have that be legitimate. I believe they did that with Rock and Cena at WrestleMania 29. They did a bunch of vignettes. You can't build up, and they're doing it with Sting too. You cannot build up a match properly with vignettes themselves. And then we're gonna have Bray Wyatt cut a 3-minute backstage promo. Wow, what a great fucking build to WrestleMania right there, people. What a great fucking build, we're gonna light a wooden casket on fire. Wow, that's so cool. That gets me so excited. I mean, yeah, it's just, whoa. In many ways, it's similar to 11 years ago, an Undertaker's showdown at WrestleMania with Brother Kane. In a bid to create tension and drama, the WWE had Kane do all the build and promo for the match, with Undertaker unveiling a return to his Deadman gimmick when he did emerge at Mania 20. While that match wasn't exactly a classic, the mystery and intrigue surrounding Taker's return helped boost the popularity of the match, and that's what we should get again here. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to what Taker looks like. Or I don't care what the fuck he looks like. Why would I care what he looks like? I don't. Oh, big deal. He has gray hair instead of black hair. Oh my god. What? I mean, are we gonna really obsess over what Undertaker looks like? There's also the benefit of it helping Wyatt. This is an important crossroads for Wyatt's career after a few months of little happening, and the WWE is spot on in giving Wyatt this major opportunity. But you know what? They're not spot on. And having him being buried by Cena and then not really doing anything significant after that. Wyatt's talent on the mic is unquestionable, and he's been doing a superb job of getting the match ramped up in recent weeks. This past week on Raw, and I believe this article was written like last week, so. Today's fucking Wednesday, March 18th, and I believe this article was written like a week ago. This past week on Raw was a particular highlight as Taker appeared to answer Wyatt's challenge without actually showing up. Wyatt's response was very good though, and he seemed to craft the whole promo very well in general. Yeah, wow, you know, it wasn't anything special, that segment. I mean, yeah, lightning struck a chair and lit it on fire. I mean, again, we've seen the lightning come down before. It's not like it's great or anything like that. I mean, Undertaker's not even there. I mean, he basically returned without even returning. So, I mean, again, what's the point of having just... The only difference is his physical body's going to be there at WrestleMania. Where was I? I believe Wyatt's response was very good, though, and he seemed to craft the whole promo very well in general. He was just fucking laughing. I mean, it wasn't anything great or anything like that, and quite frankly, Undertaker should be there. It seems strange that it was only a year ago Wyatt was tussling against John Cena at Mania 30. Not a lot has happened for him since then, even if his many feuds with stars like Ambrose have been enjoyable. You always feel like Wyatt can do better and go higher on the WWE card, and this match with Undertaker is a hugely defining moment for his career. If he keeps delivering the same level of promos in the weeks leading up to WrestleMania 31, Wyatt will have earned his stripes when it comes to a subsequent push after Mania. A fucking 5-minute backstage promo is not a legitimate promo to build a fucking main match to Mania. And to build a match, you have to have both people there. You know, you can't build a match with one person. You just can't. So, I mean, no. I mean, Undertaker, you know, oh my God, we actually get to see him at, you know, it's not like it's any different, you know. And now it's not even a surprise anymore. I mean, they just totally fucked that up. So, you know, no, I don't agree with that article right there. The next one here is John Cena deserves to break Flair's world title record. I'm not going to read the first. I'm just going to go down to where it starts off with the work ethic. Because this part really pissed me off. It goes like this. Cena is one of the hardest working superstars both inside and outside the ring. Stop right there. How do you know that? How do you fucking know that? That he's like is one of the hardest, you know, fucking persons, you know, who in WWE. You know, it's like, do you follow everybody around and look at their fucking, you know, what they're doing outside and inside the ring? This is a guy who lives and breathes WWE, which is something you can't say about everyone on the roster. Sure, everyone who wrestles for WWE works hard because it's hard work, but Cena is of a different breed. He goes the extra mile to make sure everyone knows why he is the company's top dog. Not only does he wrestle at just about every pay-per-view and Raw taping, but he often wrestles twice due to most shows having dark match main events. Yeah, well, so does everybody else too. I mean, what this guy just said on the pay-per-view or in this first paragraph here is pretty much, you know, universal for a lot of top guys like Daniel Bryan, you know, etc. He is on the road all the time, working house shows right alongside everyone else. Exactly, everybody else does this too. He could have taken a reduced schedule a long time ago due to the leverage he has built up, but he hasn't done that and probably never will. He might not be The Rock, but there's no denying that Cena could have left for Hollywood a long time ago and made a good living starring in action movies and television shows. He will occasionally make a film, but he always comes back to the ring. And, you know, I've said this before. You know, I like Cena, like, as a guy. He's a nice guy and all. And he actually is a pretty good wrestler. He seems dedicated to what he does. He seems to enjoy what he does. So I will give him that. But so does a lot of other people. I mean, look at Daniel Bryan. He's been wrestling his ass off for, fucking a lot of years. So, I mean, when you say that, I mean, again, it applies to a lot of people. It's not just his wrestling, but it's also the work he puts in for the company. Media appearances, charity work, and corporate announcements make his schedule that much more hectic, and he does it all with a smile. Yeah, I mean, he's a good guy, alright? He is a good guy. But so is Daniel Bryan. I mean, look at Daniel Bryan. What has he done negative to the company? He hasn't done anything negative to you know, like he's not any worse than Cena as like representing the company. You might not like him as a fan, but you have to respect the way he conducts himself and how much effort he puts into being the best he can. Yeah, again, I've said that. You know, he seems like a good guy and shit. And then it goes on about his performance. Yeah, I mean, as I said, he is a pretty good wrestler at times. But it really pissed me off here. It says, the third paragraph under the performance, it says he doesn't have to add new things to his offense, but then you see him pull out a Hurricane Rana. Go search John Cena Hurricane Rana versus CM Punk, and he almost breaks his neck. Yeah. Yeah, and again, he's wrestled a lot of great matches. He is a pretty good wrestler. He is pretty talented. I'll give him that. This is the part that really pissed me off, though. He elicits a response from everybody. Yeah, your top guy, you know, it's fine if it's a mixed reaction if that's what you want it to be. There's certain guys, you know, that you could build up that could be tweeners. You know, like half baby face, half heel, that might get a mixed reaction. You know, sometimes heels will get a mixed reaction because some of the more hardcore, more dedicated fans will like that person, while the kids and the casual fans might not. Alright? But with Cena, WWE's goal is to have everybody like Cena. That was their goal. That is their goal. They want to build up Cena and make him look like the greatest guy ever. So it's not good when he gets booed half the time. Or by half the people. That's not a good thing. They're acting like this is a great thing. That he elicits a response from everybody. No, it's not a good thing. Alright? And they're, you know, why is it good that I don't like John Cena and I think he's boring? Why is that good? You know, it's not fucking legitimate heat. It's not, you know, like heel heat. He's getting booed because nobody likes him. How is that good? How is that good for the company? What do you just want to feed the, you know, by that logic, we should just feed, you know, put all the shitty wrestlers in the main event so then everybody gets booed. And that's good because we're eliciting a response. No! He elicits a response from everyone. That's bullshit. You know, if it's a negative response, if he's getting booed, how are boos good for the company? That's what I don't get there. You know, this just seems to make no sense. Alright, then here's the conclusion. I'll read the conclusion. Flair was never going to hold the record for the most title reigns forever, and unless Cena suffers a career-ending injury within the next year, he will likely break it. This is a different kind of accolade than being in the Hall of Fame or winning the Rumble. There can only be one person to hold this distinction, and Cena deserves to hold it. He works his butt off every day to be the best, puts on great matches year after year, and gets some of the loudest responses from fans, both positive and negative. Again, how is it good you get a negative response? How is that good? Before the Cena haters ripped this article to shreds, try to remember these three simple facts. John Cena is not the only person who deserves to break the record, but he is the closest one to doing it. Ric Flair supports Cena breaking his record according to the Q&A from the Arnold Classic. And 3, WWE is filled with hard workers, but nobody works harder than John Cena. Again, how do you fucking know that? How do you know that nobody works harder than John Cena? How? Can you please tell me? You know, what do you follow everybody around with a camera 24/7? That's such a retarded statement right there. That doesn't matter what your opinion on this is. That is the most retarded statement there. How do you know that? It might take a year, it might take 2, but it's inevitable that Cena will break Flair's record for most titles, and he deserves to do it. What do you think? Should anyone be allowed to break Flair's record of 16 titles? If not John Cena, who do you think deserves to do it? Again, you know, Cena's, he's got talent, alright? He's got talent. I mean, if you look at him, he actually can cut a good promo. He's done it before, and he can wrestle a good match. But the way they're promoting him by being this whole PG gay-ass motherfucker, no, I don't want him beating Flair's record. I don't want him being in the main spot on the company. If they, you know, gave him a character, a better, more hardcore character that was non-PG, then I might support him. Or if they turned him heel, I might support him. But I cannot support this gay-ass, you know, just fucking shitty not shitty wrestler, but just shitty character. It's so shitty, you know. Oh, I'm gonna win it for America, and I'm never gonna give up. It's just so typical babyface, you know, just not even fucking, you know. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like just generic babyface promos. No thought, no detail most of the time. That's why I don't like John Cena. And here we go again with Bleacher Report. It just seems kissing the ass of WWE and John Cena and the whole PG shit. So there you go, people. There's my episode of Rantamania on Bleacher Report. So there you go.